it's experience. Part of this is experience versus
Yeah.
expectation. Yeah. So an experience is all in the past. It's very important. It's all in the
Yeah.
past, and it builds what we know today. And the expectation is what will happen, what will be, what will come in the future. And the idea is that if you do something, something else will happen that doesn't involve you, which is a little bit abstract because um, wanting, if people want you to do something and it's successful, then they're only going to want you to do more.
Yes.
um, yeah, which is a rolling problem because people then have the expectation that, oh, let's say Peter did something in this country, so Peter can also do something in this country. But they don't understand that Peter was doing extra
Yeah.
over here. Yeah. And you can't just keep giving out extra when in in the long term other people need to have those skills. Other people need to be sharing that kind of information. And it's part of the problem of success. When you
Yeah.
become successful with something, people want more of that person. But then if you don't clone yourself, part of this is by training other people. Yeah. If you don't clone yourself, then you will always have people coming to you for that for the same information that you've already given to other people. Um, take the example of I've always had this problem with schools. It's the same problem in schools because
Mm.
if a teacher teaches one lesson 1 year, there's a high probability the teacher will teach, and the teacher teaches many lessons. There's a high probability the teacher will teach all the same lessons again the next year. And that means repeating the same information again.
Mm.
And why does a person need to do the same activity twice? It doesn't seem um, to me practical. And that's why we have things like YouTube videos. YouTube's a bad example, but it's the most common example, where people create little instructional videos and they put them on YouTube and other people watch them. And then after you create one instructional video for something, you shouldn't have to do anything else, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to do anymore because it's like, this is it. This is the package. This is the information. And I think that it's also a way of getting, like I said, cloning yourself. It's a way of getting yourself out to more people. A short instructional video in one area can. You know how YouTube start? One of the ways that YouTube started. One of the ways that YouTube started was that people would give presentations to people, and people would film the presentations and they'd put it on YouTube, so that
Yes.
other people could see the presentations. And what this did was it created um, a viral distribution of the content and the name of the content creator. And it freed up people to then go and do something else. Because there's nothing worse than always being stuck. For most people, there's nothing worse than always being
Right.
stuck doing exactly the same thing all the
Mm.
time and repeating exactly the same information to exactly the same kind of audience. And it works a little bit for a while, but it becomes boring very, very quickly. And people become tired. They get tired of it. It's just like a music group playing the same songs all the time. They get tired of it, or a comedian telling the same jokes all the time.
Mm.
They get tired of it eventually. Um, and it, in some ways, like, on the other side, in some ways, it's great to travel and meet people because if you don't travel and meet people, you don't make connections, and if you don't
Yes.
make connections, you can't move forward, and you build up a reputation by traveling and meeting people and making connections as well. So it's, but you can't be everywhere at the same time. Yeah. And if lots of people in lots of places need lots of help with things, small instructional pieces of content are very useful, or even recording little bits of a presentation. Yeah. For two reasons. One, self-assessment. You're able to review your own presentation and see where you could maybe make things better if that's possible. And two, to take something that you can share with people if absolutely necessary. Hey, watch this little bit of this little video. How did people like the greatest motivational speaker in the world is probably Tony Robbins. How did Tony Robbins get into that position? Basically, people took videos of his videos and put them on YouTube, and he became more well known to everybody. But it's a difficult position for a person to put themselves in to distribute information publicly when they're involved in private companies. It's better probably to do it internally or whatever. And there are ways to do that. People can create, there's a section on YouTube which is called private, where you can have a YouTube channel and you can upload videos, but only you can see them. Nobody else can see them at all. They're not open to the public. And you can send a link to somebody, and they can have access to that video and access to that content. And it's a way of getting more information out to people. But it's also thinking about freeing up a person as well to do more things, to maybe to reach out to more people, to make more connections. To grow, more people have to know you. And then the question is, how do I get more? And it's a contrary kind of thing, right? Because the more people who know you, the harder it is to communicate with people, because you can't communicate with everybody all the time. It's like having 1,000 friends. You can't really have 1,000 friends. 1,000 people can know you, but you can't have 1,000 friends. You can have like 5 friends. And so how do you distribute information to this big network of people without going crazy, and without being overworked, and without traveling everywhere, and without doing hundreds of the same presentations? Definitely someone in your position, in your work, has a lot of knowledge which is very helpful to other people, because you've been doing it a long time, and that's hard. It's hard to be doing the same thing for a long period of time and stay motivated and stay focused and stay interested. And in your position, you've seen a lot of people come and a lot of people go in a lot of different companies. And the only way that you can build real long-term success is through not sustainability, but through stability. Sustainability will keep you the same, but it won't grow you. Stability gives you a platform on which people can grow. If people can rely on you, if people know you're always going to be there, then you can build something. And that's true of any relationship, business or otherwise. The firm foundation, the stability. It's funny that another name for companies is firms, because like the firm means solid, and it's like this foundation that everything is built on. That you need a rock under everything, and so it's probably far better to focus on stability rather than sustainability, although ability is always important.